This is the Holy Spirit that they be talking about. This is all. They should not be worshiping Jesus. Wait a minute. Is this the Holy Spirit? Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and this episode is with him. Now I will speak about how I met Jesus, because no one sat me down and tell me that Jesus was the Son of God. Jesus was fully God and fully human. No one told me that. It was revealed through the Holy Spirit. When I went to the church and I heard them worshiping Jesus, I was like, no, they should not be worshiping Jesus. Jesus is the Son of God, not Jehovah. And I felt a bit disconnected. I was wondering, should I leave this church? Did I make the wrong decision? All that was going through my head. Then I heard a voice, you cannot go to the Father unless you go through Jesus. I came into agreement with that voice, because it's true. I cannot go to the Father unless I go through Jesus. I was like, no, something is off. Other from knowing that he died for us and he's a great teacher that I was taught, I was like, no, there was something more to it. Who is this Jesus that they worship? That same Sunday, I went home and I felt this heaviness in my chest, and I started to cry out to Jesus. And I said, Jesus, I do not know you. Help me to know you. No, hold up. Why did I cry out to Jesus? I did not know. I cried out and I said, Jesus, I do not know you. Help me to know you. Something in me kept holding on to that, wondering who is Jesus. I need to know who Jesus is, because there's something about Jesus that is greater than just an angel. So I sat down and started doing my own Bible study, studying the Bible, watching videos, Bible project, really going through the scriptures. While I was going through the scriptures, something was just different. It was like my perspective to the Bible shifted. Like there was so much love. I felt more like a child reading the Bible. There were some things I observed about God, and it was his character. I saw how God was faithful and protecting his people from evil, because at that time the Bible showed how much evil was so prominent at that time. God had to intervene to prevent many things from happening in those times. That was just the Old Testament. When I go into the New Testament and read about Jesus, there was something that was so different. I was like, this Jesus saw more like God in the Old Testament, based on his character, how Jesus was like. There was something about Jesus that reminded me of Jehovah. It was this one still quiet moment. I was sitting by myself going through the Bible, and I heard this voice start speaking. So it was saying simple things like, move this right here, move this right here. It's like this voice was giving me this simple instruction that I was listening to and actually moving, and it was so organized. And I was like, why this voice sounds so organized? That's not me. And I was like, what's going on? Instantly, I heard the voice said, I will go to my Father and send the helper. He was trying to connect the dots for me, because I was saying Jesus reminds me of Jehovah. And then he said, I will go to the Father and send the helper. Wait a minute. Is this the Holy Spirit? I said, God, you're with me? Why didn't you tell me? So you're telling me that you never left me and you're with me all along? This is the Holy Spirit that they be talking about. Instantly, I start listening to that voice. And I remember this voice said, if you obey me, this will happen. And I start following him. And let me tell you, everything changed after that. The more I follow him, the more life gets easier. The more I start bearing fruit, the more there was transformation happening to my life. There was change. There was many things that started to shift. There was a supernatural. There was the breaking of many strongholds and curses, because he was finally with me. No one taught me that the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit was one. It was a revelation. And many of us believers received that revelation from the Holy Spirit. And that's how I met Jesus. This is my testimony of how I met Jesus personally. But thank you for watching my channel. This will be a great journey. Just stick with me. I have more to come. So subscribe to this channel. Love you. Peace.